What It Takes Radio Company brings you to What If Everything You Thought You Knew Was Wrong? Yep, Inconvenient Ideas with me, Stan Houston. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Stan once again on a cold and windy Thursday through a lot of the United States. We are suffering from global cooling. Remember global warming? Well, that didn't work out too well, but we certainly are having quite a bit of global cooling. And of course, we just found out that Donald Trump has negotiated, made a deal in such a way that perhaps his desire to have a Greenland be very much a part of the United States, not formally at this moment, not in reality at this moment, but in real reality, which is a real reality is what can really get done. And someone said to him, they said, well, how much did you pay for Greenland? And he said, I didn't pay a thing. And he didn't. And he won't right now. But he got most of the things he was looking for as if he had paid for it and if he actually had been able to own it. Truly, a little bit of a man who really lives up to his slogan, which is, he is the master, he is the art of the deal, which has been his signature line. And as I oftentimes say to people, particularly young people, write your first book before you're 40, even though it may not be any good, it doesn't matter, but do so, but now do it as a podcast and as a publication, but it will get you your first expression that you can put forth publicly. Well, Donald Trump wrote the book, The Art of the Deal, when he was 39 years of age. And I think he's 78 now. So it goes back about 39, 40 years. So the things that are happening are coming forward, and the deals that are being done, both in life and business and by us and to us, are really, world changing in many respects. Right now, I'm asking many of my friends and clients to say, hey, this is a good time in the midst of the cold to just take a time out, just take a time out and do a little bit of, spiritual and emotional and relational and vocational sorting on yourself, because things are going to change significantly and you want to be at least mentally and spiritually prepared for some of the changes that are taking. Now, my friend Joe Pine, I've been helping him as he writes a book on the transformation economy and how we can perhaps help guide people who want transformation in their life and their business, especially, how to do that. However, I've also suggested that it is not us just trying to be transformation makers. For a lot of us, the initial job will be transformation survivors. We can't make any transformations at the moment, but they are happening to us, at us, maybe because of us, but they are not necessarily things that we have any creative control over. They are just happening. So how do we live, not how do we survive change, how do we survive massive transformation as it comes and goes? Literally, it could be that in the next few weeks that the Cuban autocracy, which goes back to 1959, may collapse. Obviously, the Venezuelan situation is coming to a place where that autocracy is gone, and just maybe the one in Iran will also be on its way out. They have been severely weakened. So these are things that are coming into the world in ways that many of us just simply will not be able to know how to handle in the best possible way. So one of the things I'd like to do is say all of the ideas that are coming to us, both good and bad, are probably inconvenient. Convenient just means nice and easy. That's what it's convenient. It's nice and easy. Well, there's not going to be a lot of nice and easy things anymore. They are mostly going to be, difficult, challenging, and sometimes irritating, maybe sometimes liberating. But then what do you do with your liberation? They're going to be inconvenient. So I would ask you right now to take a time out and just say, where am I in my life right now? Am I where I want to be? As I say, one of the key questions I oftentimes say to people, are you living the life you want, or are just you living the life you got? Now, how can you begin to live more and more and more of the life you want? Well, that means you're going to have to give some definition to it, some spiritual and emotional reading, thinking, praying, coaching to say, this is who I am and this is what I want to do. I just recently gave this piece of advice to a man who's in his 60s, been very, very successful in many, many things. But, things are happening in terms of his business. Well, of course, that's true of everybody's business right now. And so I simply had to say to him this: first of all, decide what you really want to be. Okay? What do you really want to be? Okay? And that will help you decide what to do next. I don't know what that will be, but that's a good way to start. What do I really want to be? What do you want to be when you grow up? Well, unfortunately, what I wanted to be was a shortstop for the Chicago Cubs and be like Ernie Banks. Well, that, of course, didn't turn out. But in many, many ways, that is a continued question we have to ask. Now that we're growing up, we're growing older, growing right, wiser, maybe growing richer, maybe growing in some other ways. But now that we're growing and we're going and we're moving, hopefully moving, what do we really want to be? That's an inconvenient idea. It's a nice idea. It's a nice thought. But to figure it out might be a little bit inconvenient. I'm here, as someone has said, Stan is basically a clarity coach. And that's true. What is clear to you now? Most of my clients will say that what I really help them do is to figure things out that they had already knew about. But it was how to have some clarity and then know what to do. And then to do it right and do it the right way. Reach out to me. Your business can be helped by me. Your life and your organization can be helped by me in a variety of ways. And let's see if it would work for you. As I have said, based on someone's recommendation, because I have done thousands of radio programs, thousands, I think thousands of videos. And someone said this, sometimes I just go to Stan Houston in the YouTube search. I put Stan Houston and see what comes up. And he said, oftentimes what comes up is something that was rather helpful to me right now. I would like to believe that's more than accidental. Maybe it'll work for you. Otherwise, be a little bit more intentional and reach out to me at stan@witradio.net, stan@witradio.net. I have a number of friends, I have some followers, I have some team members, and put that together with some of our tools and some of our use of the AI, we can probably help you live better, maybe richer, wiser, and maybe more helpful and useful. Take care. All the best and blessings to you in these challenging times. Bye for now.